Hello everybody. Today is 9/11 and I'd like to take a quick second and just acknowledge that, kind of in remembrance for all the lives that were changed because of that one action. It's it's unfathomable. My my thoughts and prayers are with everybody. Um, like all of you, I can still remember the day that it happened, what I was doing in the Air Force. I was at the embassy in Nairobi, Kenya. Just a day that'll never be forgotten. This on the water episode is coming to you from Camden, Arkansas on the Ouachita River. It's a good time for it because the Union County Bass Club is putting on a youth tournament down on Pheasanthal this weekend. I'll put the information down below, but if you'll stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to have some insider information that might just help you out, especially if you haven't been on the river in a while, or maybe you just need a good starting spot. My day on the water is coming at you right now. Again, hello and welcome to Shelby Fishing Day on the Water. Today's episode is a trip I took to the Ouachita River in Camden, Arkansas. The Ouachita River, especially around Camden, is very volatile. It rises, it falls. Ever since December, January time frame, it's been flooded for the most part, all the way up until recently in the last month or two, where it's finally fell out enough that you can kind of go fish it. And so it's one of those places that at certain times you can get out there and really fish a lot, and certain times you can't. We got a good early start around 7 o'clock. The water temperature was 85 degrees, air temperature was 74. I knew it was going to be really hot. It had been hot for several days prior to this. The first thing I wanted to try was to move off of the river and get back in a little bit of the backwater. And so right directly across from the launch, there's a small creek that runs off of the river back probably a quarter mile or so. And so I started in there, moved my way back, fishing frog, spinnerbait, crankbait, a little bit of soft plastic as I went along. Even though I was on my way back, I started in the front and tried to establish some sort of a pattern right there off the mouth just to see if it was there. The biggest thing that I found, water was dead. There wasn't a whole lot of activity, but I picked up a frog anyway and tried to see what I could make happen. As you can tell, I had a couple of short strikes. They really didn't want the frog. I didn't really want to take the time to experiment too terrible much on different colors, but I just wanted to see kind of that they were there. I fished my way to the back. Hadn't received too many bites except for the frog that they had kind of hit and missed. A couple of small brim bites, what I thought were brim bites on soft plastic. Even though I didn't get a bite here in this area, this is a good example of a heavy cover place, especially in the backwater, that fish may be holding. Again, this is another good treetop that's laying down in the water that very well may be holding a fish. I didn't get a bite though. This is our first good fish catch of the day. As you'll notice, I was using a spinnerbait here and I was fishing it very, very fast. Again, this is another fish that's caught on the spinnerbait. If you'll notice, I was holding the rod tip down towards the water, right off the water, and reeling this spinnerbait as fast as I could reel it. They were reacting as it was coming through and around the brush. So we made our way back out to the entrance to this little creek. Here I was fishing with a soft plastic, fishing it very slowly in a little brush top that was set in there. He hit it and was running out. The second spot I went to was a small creek or ditch. It moved off to the river a good ways back there. I fished all through it and didn't get a bite at all. I made my way back out to the front of it and ended up catching this fish on a crankbait. We've picked up and moved again to spot number 3. This is an area just off of the main river that is a small creek or a small drain off of the main river that goes back. There's no current flow in it right now and there's no way to get a boat in, but it provides an excellent opportunity for a bass to set over there in that eddy and ambush prey as it comes by. I started out with a crankbait just to see if I could get one to react. I never received any sort of hits on the crankbait, so I picked up my soft plastic. First cast, first bite. As you can tell, it was unfruitful. Again another bite, again a miss. I moved my way up past the tree and I'm casting back behind it now. This small fish was probably pretty typical of the fish you'll catch nowadays on the river. It's tough to get a big bite. This is probably my biggest fish of the day. Definitely one of the lessons I learned for the day is that chest harness with the camera, it really restricts the hook set. So that's something to be mindful of, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to work around that. Okay guys, the day on the water format's all about getting out there, looking around, and hopefully figuring out a pattern for the fish. It's always going to be shot in one day, even if I don't figure them out. So this will give you an opportunity to see what's happening and give us an opportunity to learn something together. I'm still working on developing the skill set to bring you the best videos I can, so any comments or suggestions that you may have is definitely appreciated. Just send them to me. Now for the information that I promised you at the beginning of the show. I think the video kind of illustrates it pretty well. Really, most of the fish catches came just off the main river at the mouths of pockets or creek channels, and there's a bunch of those around in the Pheasanthaw area. Maybe grab a square bill, a soft plastic, rattle trap, possibly a spinnerbait, and just fish those areas hard. Pay particular attention to the points on the sides, on the edges, and even if you're not the only one doing this, the fish should move on and off there throughout the day. And you may not catch a great big fish doing this, but it'll definitely get you some bites. And in the youth tournament, showing the kids a good time is what it's all about anyway. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, so I have a better understanding about the types of videos that you like. Please be careful out there this weekend. If you are fishing the tournament, there's it's a river system and things can always change. Be careful, watch out for everybody else out there, drink plenty of water, and I hope you have a great time. Good luck.